Y'all. So I wanted to go ahead and talk to y'all about a few talk, just legit talk. Um, I'm watching anime and shit right now, so give me a minute. かっこいい兄さんにだけ見えるようにって一緒したのに。Okay, but yeah. So I want to go ahead and talk about something that I've been meaning to talk about for some time now, and I felt like it's a good time to talk about it. So what I'm gonna talk about are the future plans for the label and what we intend to do as a unit, and really what that is like it's a lot of conversations I've had with my artists and in general that like I felt like we needed to have this conversation with them, and I needed to speak with them. So to start off, there will be a sequel to Infamous, which I don't know if I've ever talked about that, but there's gonna be a sequel to Infamous, and now that it's the group is becoming growing back to the way it used to be, I feel like this was the perfect opportunity to take upon myself and just speak about that, because there has been a lot of questions a lot of people have been asking me, such as what's going on with you and Lord Xavier, why Lord Xavier ain't been around, what's like what y'all set did y'all separate or whatever. And the answer immediately is no, we did not separate or anything like that. We just we live in a different state, you feel me? Like there is no for real conversation like necessary, because like I said, why I signed him was not because he was doing what I told him to, or he was on some different shit and I just wasn't fucking with it. No, we're family. Literally, we are related. That's my cousin. Of course, like I support my family members in all that they do. I've got no hesitation in anything. I give them nothing but respect, nothing but love, all that good stuff. So yesterday, me and Lord Xavier had a conversation. It was a very long conversation, actually, just in general about how the state of things have been going between him and I. And truthfully, I feel like I had to tell him, like, it's difficult, because even though we're making money together, people are buying our downloading our shit and we getting paper for it. You understand? I told him like there are aspects of my side of the game that you know that I personally feel like I'm not doing enough for myself. I'm doing everything for y'all. And he was like, and he hit me with but it's because, like, bro, you got a degree in this kind of shit. That's why you're able to do it. I can't do what you do. And he's like, I can't manage what you do or manage how you do it. And like I said, my degree isn't in music production. At least it wasn't at first. Like I went to the Art Institute of Arlington and got a bachelor's in graphic art and design. So yeah, in terms of how that happened, I pretty much just fell into the music after that. And I didn't start really taking it seriously until my grandfather's passing. So, then we started talking about what? Hold on a second. Uh, you ruining my live stream, nigga. Don't slam it. Shit. Fuck. Niggas is loud. Ugh. Sorry about that. But we definitely had a very serious conversation, a very serious heart to heart. And I told him, like, I shouldn't have to. Well, I'm not saying I shouldn't have to. I don't mind doing it. But real talk. Like, you know, I told him like I have a career to watch out for as well. You know, like I'm not saying I don't want to take care of you, but I'm saying it got to come to a point where like you gotta like it's some things I gotta do for myself and some things you gotta do for yourself. You feel me? Like when Pops 1 year later came, like honest to God, like I'm gonna go ahead and set the record straight on that. Like when I first released released Pops itself, it was not even supposed to have that few of the songs. Like I don't know if I've ever said this. Like Pops 1 year later is not really a sequel. I would count it as more so like it's all the music that wasn't released alongside Pops itself. So you know, I realized that it was not the proper time, and I was thinking like, okay, it's too many songs, maybe, or just some overall dumb shit. But like I said, you know, it's different now because I feel like I said, like don't get me wrong, Lord Xavier and I recorded a song together. But like I said, I told him like in the beginning when it was just me and him, like I told him I would focus primarily on him just to help him get himself off the ground, and he did that, and he did that rather quick, faster than I had anticipated it will, and it did because we did a show first time together, and we cut a $8,000 check, the both of us. So we had $16,000 between the two of us, literally. So we like between the two of us is $16,000, 8,000 on my end, 8,000 on his end. So little by little, you know, we thought about it like, you know, at first, because like I said, I ain't taking this shit seriously, not at all. So in terms of how that went down, it's just like, okay, maybe I should take it seriously, but you know, but as I said, more so we just needed to chop it up because it's been a minute since I've seen him, and the family needs to stay in touch with one another. I don't know what else to say about it. And whether or not he and I are gonna get it back together, that's fine and dandy. But I told him like we need to do an infamous part two. Like I don't know how that came about, but we just talked about it, and he was like, you know, we did it with the others. We should do it with us now. And I'm like, that doesn't really sound like, you know, I'm not saying it like it doesn't sound entertaining for real, for real. I told him like I think we need more people around us for that. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, we'll do it. So I'm like, and this time we're gonna do our biggest hits, like between the group, all that. So everybody's gonna have their own song. You know, it's gonna be our best music put together. And I'm thinking about putting that joint out. Like I wanna say next year. You know, I won't say I have a release window exactly, but I wanna say at least sometime in the middle of 2019. I want to at least get a decent amount of music out until when Trump gets out of office, so I can at least have something to turn up on. Oh shit, fucking blood pressure must be up. Anyway, now on to more pressing matters. I want to go ahead and talk to y'all about my newest artist, Akira Cadaver. Now, Akira is somebody that I've known since she was in high school, which was about what, going on 3 years come next year. It'll be 3 years, and I've always seen a lot of there was something about her, like when I first met her, that she has an extraordinary amount of decently gothic aura around her, and I've always told her that like there's something about her that like I can feel her energy, and it rubs me the right way. So I mean, so I'm really I was like trying to figure that out on how that went down, but then I was like, you know, we kind of fell off a little bit. It wasn't on no beef or nothing, but uh, either way, we just kind of fell off a little bit, you know, just and then we started talking again on Instagram and I was like, come through, let's chop it up. You know, so a good week. Next thing you know, she was over here, we talked, and she was talking about, oh yeah, I fuck with your music, I fuck with what you do, this, that, and the third. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, what you trying to do? And she was like, I want to be a part of it. Well, let me stop lying. She didn't even ask to be a part of it for real. I offered it to her and she took it. You feel me? That's like offering. That's I offered her a chance. I'm like, I told her we talked for a good hour and some change. She was over my house like an hour, and I told her I'm gonna give you one shot, one song, one beat, one chance. Don't fuck it up. And she took it. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, we'll see how this goes. So like I said, over the course of I would say now in January, we're gonna have some shit, her and I. Like we already planned it out. Like we talking about what you talking about? She want to do a EP. So I'm like, okay, fuck it up. You feel me? Like I said in the announcement video when I talked about her, like the devil can't run hell by itself. The devil got to have a first lady. The president got to have a first lady. You feel me? So like me and her, we not a thing, mind you, but like she the homegirl. So if I need something from her, I'm gonna call for her, and if she needs something from me, she gonna call on me. But we keep, like I said, she the first lady, so it's like we ain't got it ain't nothing but niggas in this setup altogether, and it's 90% of the time. Ever since we started this shit, it ain't been nothing but niggas. You understand? So really, we had to, like, I asked her, I was like, "How you feel being around a bunch of niggas?" And she was like, "I don't get no fucks about none of that." She was like, "As long as none of them try to fuck, I don't care." And I'm like, like she look, and I remember like her facial expression. She literally looked me dead in my face, and she was like, "As long as none of them try to fuck, I don't care." And she looked me dead in the eye. I'm like, "Why are you looking at me like I'm supposed to say something?" You understand? Like, if at the end of the day, if you decide to smash one of them, that's not my business. For real, for real. And I told her, I'm like, we not on no loving hip hop shit. I'm not on that Carly Red trying to be negatively messy or whatever the fuck have you. And I told her like we ain't on no loving hip hop anything like that. But I told her like okay, you wanna do something, you wanna do it, let's do it. What?
Yo, 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 yo.
Hold on, y'all. What up?
Oh my god, shit. Talk about me.
What the fuck?
What?
Anyway, weirdness is going on right here.
Shut up, bitch.
A lot of weirdness.
Where's this phone?
How the fuck would I know?
Bitch. You know how. Need a jacket or something.
I need a drink. Y'all see that? Bottle big as shit. 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 But no, 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 no. So necessarily, I told Cadaver like we gonna do something. We gonna make something out of you. You understand? And like I said, now that I'm back on my shit, it's a pretty good thing. I feel like I'm in a good place, and I'm gonna be completely honest about that. Like I've never felt like I've always felt like okay, I'm not doing too good in this music shit. I'm probably about to be a flop. Like I've sucked at everything else in life, you know. And I feel like every time I tell this story of how this whole music shit began, I don't know. I've always felt like I've been a nobody for the longest period of time. Like ever since I was a kid, I've been an outcast. Fuck, people don't like me. People don't like what I do. People say I'm annoying. I talk too much, like shit like that. And I'm not saying that does any damage to my psyche or anything. I mean, it did when I was younger, but as I grew older, I stopped just like for real giving a shit. I'm like, and in all honesty, it took a long time for me to truly become what I am today, which is genuinely hating everyone and everything and glorifying death as if it were my sister, you know. And to be completely honest about it, like I've always felt like there was something different about me. I've always known that. Mm, strong shit. Ooh, that, ooh, bitch. Ooh, straight no chaser. That's gonna put some hair on the chest. But like I said, we I intend to make BOC a much different perspective with the money we've made. And like I said, I'd rather my peoples get over before I get over. That means Silence, Lil Xavier, Cadaver. Like we gonna do some wonderful things. Like Silence getting ready to drop his EP. Like that, bruh. Like y'all don't understand. Like when me and that boy talked about his music career, like he took that shit and ran with it. Like I low key have not. I have not even talked to him since he dropped that the XX Tentacion Sad Silence remake. And like I hadn't talked to him, like, and then he just came out of nowhere. He's like, bro, I'm sending you something. And he sent that Girl Problems mix, which didn't do that well, but he was like, it's lit. And he's like, I got plenty of shit that I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna kill it for you because you've done so much for me. So, you know, I was like, all right. Next thing I know, he hits my phone yesterday, like not currently, like what was it, Monday. He hit my phone off the rip. Like I'm talking about calling my phone at like 2 o'clock in the morning. He like, bro, I need you to get up. And I'm like, nigga, what you mean get up? Like, what the fuck, nigga? What time is it? What time do you think it is? And he's like, bro, like I finished the tape, bro. I finished. And I'm like, bro, you finished? What you mean you finished? And he's like, I already got the tracks done. I know what I want on the EP. I want you to add the shits we did, and then I got 3 other songs I want on it, and that's it. Wow. So I'm like, wow. So, like I said, depending on how it goes for Silence, and I'm proud of that motherfucker. Shout out to that nigga Silence. I see great potential in all three of my artists. Lord Xavier has doing just what I told him to do. He's doing just what I expected of him, and I expect great things from them both. And at this point, it's gonna be fun. So, like I said, we got bigger shit planned. Cadavers project gonna come out. I want to say next year because there ain't no way we gonna get anything done. We gonna get some just done this year, but we ain't gonna probably release shit until next year. Silence gonna drop his EP next month. Lord Xavier working on his debut album right now. No title yet, but we working on it. And then you got yours truly, which is Vacant World. So I'm gonna talk about that shit later. But like I said, it's getting late. Young nigga need some sleep. But appreciate y'all for stopping through. You feel me? Keep subscribing to Lord Xavier. Fuck with Akira Cadaver. Fuck with Silence. Fuck with BOC in general. That's how we do things. That's how we rock. BOC. No limit on the lyrics.